Hi, a very good evening, all of you. First and foremost, this is a live session which we are doing after almost 10 months. So, in the year 2023, the last live session was in the year 2023, and in 2024, this is the first live session we're conducting. And the topic for today's discussion will be NEET, MDS, and INI-CET preparation strategies and tips. So, I have certain topics with me, and I'll be discussing these topics. And also, I'll be sharing a picture of this once the session is over. I'll be posting the picture of this in our updates group, and I'll post the updates group link here in the chat, and so that you can join the group and then access the soft copy of the summary of today's discussion, right? So, yeah, hi. A very good evening, all of you. So, as I said, it's been quite a long time since we had a live session. And as you all know, like this YouTube channel, MDS Entrance Lectures, was launched almost 13 years ago. And for the last 13 years, even though initial 3 years I was not really into making videos, but at least I can say that for the past one decade, or at least 10 years, or more than 10 years, we have been posting videos on various topics, various subjects. And one of the first videos that we have done is root canal orifice location, the response to which had been overwhelmingly positive, and even till today I get a lot of positive feedback for that particular video along with some videos. So the journey has been very long, and today, this week, in fact, today I've noticed that we have crossed 98,000 subscriber mark. So thank you all of you for all the love and affection and the support that you have been showering right from the beginning. And as you know, like as some of you must be knowing, like for the past 2 years, I started something called as Freedom Tour. And as part of my tour, I have been visiting various states, various countries. And very recently, I have been to Malaysia. And one of the objectives of this Freedom Tour is to travel extensively, experience the local culture, cuisine, interact with people over there. And most importantly, to organize and conduct these motivational sessions in the form of perspective enhancement programs for students. So in Malaysia, last month I have been in Malaysia and I've been to some three universities there. We've organized some 5 sessions. And before that, I have been to Nepal. Before that, I have been to Kazakhstan. And before that, I've traveled all around India. And this freedom tour, which I have been doing for the past 2 years, and it goes on. Right now, I am at my hometown, that is Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh. And this freedom tour will continue after a break. But one of the things that I've learned in the process is the practical exposure that I've been exposed to has been overwhelming. And it has given me ample opportunity to interact with people from different walks of life, understand their perspectives, especially students, like how their thought process is depending on their socioeconomic status, depending on their religion, depending on their region, or other influencing factors. And that's been an overwhelming experience. And one of the things which I do in any perspective enhancement program, which we take up offline for students, is we share, or I share my experiences with them and then get into the topics. So anyways, that's beyond the scope for discussion now. So one thing I wanted to highlight is whenever you get a chance, travel. That too, travel solo, travel extensively. And this travel per se will enhance your perspectives and will give you new dimensions when it comes to the way in which you think, the way in which you act, the way in which you perceive things. It changes altogether for good. So this is something which I wanted to highlight initially. And before we go ahead into the topic, just give me a moment. I'm hearing from some screaming, so I had to tell my mom to lower her voice. So, hi Preeti, SS. So, who is this SS? Hi SS. A very good evening. So, first and foremost, we'll start with this. We'll start with the preparation mantra, which I usually highlight. As I said, the topic for discussion in this live session is NEET MDS preparation tips and strategies. The first and foremost thing that I would like to highlight is preparation mantra. So, one of the things that I've been highlighting right from the beginning of my professional journey, after I cracked the entrance, after starting academy, after training thousands and thousands of students in the process, even if you observe in any of my videos on YouTube, at random, you'll find the term preparation mantra. So, what is it I'm trying to highlight here? See, when you want to prepare, when you want to crack entrance, those are preparing for NEET MDS or NEET PG, NEET UG or INS, it doesn't matter what the entrance is, any competitive exam, always keep these three factors in mind. The first factor we talk about is hard work. It's common sense that if you want to achieve something, you should be able to work hard, right? And the second factor we talk about is consistency. In fact, consistency makes a huge difference in the quality of the output that you're trying to achieve. So, hard work coupled with consistency. And the third factor, which we talk about, is self belief. A person or a student who is working very hard, who is able to believe in himself or herself, and who is consistent in their preparation, will crack entrance as a natural consequence of their efforts. It's as simple as that. But when it comes to practicality, it's a huge challenge to maintain consistency. And how to maintain consistency, how to work about it, we'll discuss that a bit later. But when I say preparation mantra, if anyone is looking to crack entrance and come out of it, come out of the entrance exam with flying colors, top marks, top scores, top rank, and get into any specialty based on your choice, keep these three factors in mind. And these three factors we term it as preparation mantra. You know mantra is, right? So it's hard work coupled with consistency and self-belief. And this is something which I followed personally during my entrance preparation, and this is something which I advocate to thousands and thousands of aspirants online as well as offline. So that's the first thing which I wanted to highlight. And yeah, let me just put it in chat as well. I think that would be fine. Yeah. So I'm also typing it simultaneously here in the chat box. You can just have a look. Preparation mantra. We're talking about three factors, that is hard work, consistency, and self-belief, right? So that's the first thing. And the second aspect which I wanted to highlight is schedule. So again, one of the most frequently asked questions, the one question which we frequently face is which schedule should we follow, or can you provide us any schedules? So this is something which we get very frequently. See, we have a latest schedule. In fact, we are launching a new batch this month, Leo batch, in the month of August towards upcoming NEET MDS 2025 as well as INI-CET. So in that you can access our new schedule starting from August. And keep in mind that you can follow any schedule as per your choice, but one of the things that you need to keep in mind while preparing or while following a schedule is, are you able to comprehensively cover all subjects at least once? That's a minimum criteria, common sense, right? If possible, see if you can cover all subjects twice. So if you observe our schedule, we'll devise it in such a way that you will be able to comprehensively cover all subjects a minimum 2 times. So let's suppose exam, usually it is in December or maybe January. These days, for the last couple of years, it's getting postponed to March, April, May because of various reasons. But let's suppose, see, before 2020, right, the exam, the final exam, NEET MDS used to be conducted. It used to be in the month of December, usually in the month of December, right? So let's assume that, because even the health minister last year in Parliament said that they're trying to bring the schedule, the exam dates to pre-pandemic levels. So let's assume that the exam is going to be in December, to be on safe side. Create a schedule keeping December as target month, assuming that you're going to give your final exam in December, even though that might not be the case, but let's suppose that's the case, keeping the worst case scenario in mind. So you'll get an approximately 1 week to 10 days for every subject. Likewise, if you can complete at least all subjects once by the month of October ending or November ending at least. At least December you can use it for comprehensive revision of all the subjects. So you can check out our model schedule which is available online, and you can download a copy or you can request for a copy by dropping a mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com, which I'm typing right now. So you can drop a mail and then access the schedule which I'm talking about, and also the courses which you're offering towards the upcoming NEET MDS. No matter which schedule you follow, just keep this in mind that you're at least able to cover all subjects twice. Okay, one will be the regular preparation schedule, the second time will be the revision schedule, and make sure that you're allotting at least a minimum of 1 week to 10 days per subject, or you can do a combination of two subjects. The combinations we have provided that online, we have made it available online quite a few years ago. Like you can mix up certain subjects like oral surgery and general surgery, or conservative and endo, or dental anatomy with any of the subjects like prosthodontics, or you can mix up anatomy with oral surgery. So there are so many combinations which you can do, and you can give a try. And we have that PDF where you can access the combination of subjects so that you can incorporate two subjects simultaneously in a week or 10 days time. Right. So regarding schedule, that is something which I wanted to highlight. And always keep in mind that schedule, why do we need a schedule? Why can't we just prepare at random? The problem with randomness is when you take up any subject, which subject would you choose? According to human psychology, we take up subjects which are easier for us. So in that sense, we will obviously miss out on difficult subjects, at least according to our perception. So in order to eliminate that bias, it's important that you have a schedule, fixate on the schedule, and whether you like the subject or not, it's important that you give time to that subject, because as you know, in the final exam, almost every exam, whether they follow it or not, it doesn't matter, but as per the guidelines mentioned in NBE, right, in the official website and in the information bulletin, each and every subject has equal weightage, 240 MCQs, 14 or 15 questions per subject. So each and every subject is important, and you cannot omit a particular subject, right? So schedule in a way helps you to guide you in such a way that you are able to comprehensively cover all subjects at least once, if not twice, right? So that's where I really try to stress upon when it comes to following a schedule. A person who doesn't follow a schedule will be lost eventually, right? So I hope you can connect to this when I'm saying about schedule and stuff. Sujay, hi Sujay. Sujay is one of the students who has been, in fact, Sujay, you've been requesting for a live session for several years, but because of Freedom Tour, because of various reasons, somehow I couldn't manage to connect a live session. And one thing I really love about Sujay, by the way, congratulations on your publication. So I'm really proud of you. And one thing I really like about Sujay is he just says, "Sir, connect a live session. We'll just attend it," and because it helps us stay motivated. That enthusiasm is something which is not found commonly nowadays. And if any person exhibits that kind of enthusiasm, they're blessed. Because I firmly believe in my life that nothing great can ever be achieved without enthusiasm. This was quoted by Ralph Waldo Emerson, but I've seen that personally in my life from my own father. He's very enthusiastic about many things, and without enthusiasm, nothing great can ever be achieved. So Sujay, so this live session is for you. So how have you been doing? How is life going on in Kochi? And how is Kerala treating you? How are Malus treating you? Yeah, and Aparajita. Hi Aparajita, a very good evening. Yeah, now coming to the third aspect, let me just type it out here, resources. So this is the third one which I wanted to highlight. When it comes to resources, what are the resources that you need to follow? See, we are in 21st century with the technological advancements that we have, with AI that is accessible to all of us, Meta, whatever it is. Finding information is not a big deal. In fact, we can access information just like that using Google search or these AI tools that are available via Facebook or Google or Apple. The thing is, there is problem with plenty. One of the major challenges that almost all of us face is there is plenty of information, and which information to trust. That is where I talk about these resources. The resources that you follow will make a huge difference in your final exam output. Just because you can search any information, if you Google search and rely on that information, then there is greater chance that you will end up with errors, because there is plenty of information which has not been authenticated, which is not standardized. That's the reason why, as a basic thing, the first and foremost thing which we suggest to all students, whether you are an undergraduate, a postgraduate, or a student of any subject, always follow standard textbook references. There is no replacement for standard textbook references. Even PTBT academic courses are no replacement for standard textbooks. Your preparation should start and end with standard textbooks, standard references. The other courses that we offer will be an add-on. So with standard textbooks, you'll get authentic information and you'll have more confidence, and your answers will be more right. That's pure common sense, right? Because many of us make costly mistakes. We just go based on Wikipedia entries, we just go based on third party website information, and who's going to lose in the process? But a person who has standard information, let's suppose one of the common questions that I pose is GCF a translate or exudate? If you Google search, in some articles or in some websites you'll get that as translate, in some websites you'll get that as an exudate. But what is right answer? Refer Karanza, you will find out what is what and why is what. Like, why is it exudate or why is it translate? What are the various factors that should be considered in order to consider a particular fluid as translate or exudate, based on protein content, based on other changes, inflammatory changes, and so on and so forth. So how do we get the depth of this information? Not based on mere Google search, not based on mere AI tools offered by Meta or offered by Google, like Gemini. Go through standard textbooks, take the pain of searching information, and it is totally worth it. And along with that, how can we harness these online resources? Because there is a lot of information. We usually say PubMed indexed articles. There is something called as NCBI, PubMed indexed articles. So if you can rely on information that's available in these PubMed indexed articles, then you can go ahead without any second thoughts, right? So whenever you are following any resources, keep these two things in mind. Number one, standard textbook references. There is no replacement for that. Number two, PubMed indexed articles. And along with that, of course, yes, because we have an academy, we bat for those courses. It can be class or test series, but it's up to you. You can decide which resources you wish to follow based on the feedback you get from your friends or from your mentors and so on and so forth, right? And also you can check out various videos that are available on our YouTube channel, and you can make a decision accordingly. Yeah, before I'll take up the questions, Preeti, I'll get back to your question. But before that, let me just complete my topics and then I'll take up, because we have Q&A at the end of the session. Okay, just give me another 5-10 minutes maximum. And next, finally, before I conclude, I just have a few more topics. The fourth one, which I wanted to highlight, is problem areas. So what are the problem areas I'm talking about? I'll just put them in keywords here, and then we'll have a discussion regarding the same now. Problem areas, the fourth topic. The first one is passivation, attention span issues, and the third one which I wanted to highlight is pessimism, and the fourth one is fear of failure. Okay, so these are some of the problem areas which I wanted to highlight. In the sense, when you're preparing for an entrance, these are some of the areas where we or students do falter, and these are the things which I want you guys to focus on. Those are preparing for entrance, especially for these competitive exams. The first one, as you can say, in the fourth topic, the first one is passivation. See, when you start your preparation, you start on a high. That is understood because there is a lot of enthusiasm. But as you progress in preparation, right, now there will be some passivation which will seep in. It's a natural process. When you're doing the same thing again and again and again, there were days where I used to do live almost every day, way back in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, including 22. I used to connect everyday live sessions. There will be passivation, and we are humans, not machines, right? So we feel passivated. So how can we beat this passivation is the real question we have. Stuti, I'll get back to you in the form of Q&A at the end. Yeah, right. So how can we overcome this passivation? One thing which you can do to avoid passivation is, there are many things you can do. The first thing which I usually suggest is incorporate diversity in your preparation. For example, if you're only practicing MCQs continuously every day, it's going to be monotonous. So instead, why not try this? In fact, we put a video on this topic as well. Why not bring diversity into your preparation? When I say diversity, I'm talking about watching videos, practicing MCQs, preparing notes, discussing subject, referring standard textbooks and underlying certain important points, which I usually do in most of my, like I have this habit of book reading, and I have my pencil as well as a marker with me. So why not? So when you bring this diversity into your preparation, when you bring multiple things into your preparation, see, ultimately all of these things are enhancing your preparation, right? The quality of your prep. So when you're bringing this diversity, you can overcome passivation to a greater extent. And number two, by changing the places, the physical environment, trust me, it works like magic. If you're sitting in the same room and then preparing day in and out, the environment itself will bring you a passivation. Of course, it's a matter of your perception, but still, we're not at that stage where we can overcome that, usually, all humans. So, the physical environment plays a huge role. So, change your places. Use terrace, use library, or use your room, use your balcony, different places. Again, that in a way helps you, overcome the passivation, right? So these are some areas which I wanted to highlight when it comes to beating down passivation. And the next thing is, as you can see, another problem area which students usually face nowadays is Gen Z, Gen Alpha, attention span issues. Because of, thanks to these YouTube shorts and Insta reels, our attention spans are dropping at an alarming rate. The attention is almost 30 seconds, 1 minute. If you carefully observe, we're not able to sit and involve mindfully in any activity for more than a couple of minutes. It keeps wandering more and more and more. Human mind has this tendency, and thanks to these gadgets, thanks to these technological advancements, we're going even crazy. What's the problem with this? The problem with this attention deficit is, in the final exam, forget about the larger phenomena of life, there will be so many problems over there. With this drop in the attention spans, let's take a final exam. The final exam is for around 3 hours, 180 minutes. Do you think you'll be able to sit 180 minutes and then mindfully solve all the questions? It's almost impossible for most of us. So attention deficit, it's one of the major pandemics that, in fact, it's a pandemic that we're all suffering. A mental health related pandemic, a psychological issue related pandemic that we're all facing. In fact, we've done videos on the same previously as well. I'll be sharing all these videos when time comes again and again. So the point here is, help yourself to increase attention spans. And how do you do that? First and foremost thing is, in order to improve ourselves, we need to cut down negativity or toxicity. Minimize your smartphone usage. It's easy to say, but it is very much possible. I've done that personally. Minimize your smartphone usage, check your screen time, and then disable all the notifications. Keep your phone in silent mode. There's nothing like life or death emergency. If a person calls right now, I do get calls. If a person calls, the moment we answer it immediately. I mean, we're just slaves to these technological tools. It's as simple as that. So let's not allow these devices dictate terms to us. Let's use them in order to enhance ourselves but not to destroy ourselves. The point is, let's check our smartphone usage and control. It's completely on us. And the second thing which I usually highlight is, when you're doing something, do it mindfully. Let's start with brushing. Every day morning we wake up, and then the first thing we usually do is brushing, right? When we are brushing our teeth for 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes, okay, based on your own routine, are we doing it mindfully? Most of the instances, no. Our thoughts are wandering and we are just lost somewhere. We're drowsy, that's fine, but we're lost somewhere. Let's start from our brushing, the one which is really important for all the dentists, which we, tell everyone proudly that you should brush like this, you should brush like that, brushing instructions, this and that. Let's start from there personally. When you're brushing, at least for 2 or 3 minutes, do it mindfully. Observe all the areas that your brush is actually going. So this way of mindful practice, even right now as you're watching this live session, do it mindfully. Don't get distracted by this thing or that thing. When you're doing it mindfully, that eventually enhances the quality of your life. Forget about the exam. Just look at the larger aspect of life, the larger phenomena of life. The quality of your life improves by leaps and bounds. The relations improve. Even when you are talking to your loved ones, it can be friend, brother, sister, brother, doesn't matter who he is. When you're giving some time, when you're mindful, involved in that conversation, it enhances the quality of that relationship or quality of that particular dynamic per se. So start your mindfulness right from brushing. Why not? Why not from brushing? And then once you practice MCQs, keep yourself a timer of 20 to 30 minutes based on your convenience and don't get distracted. Eventually, push yourself to such an extent that you're able to mindfully focus on that particular task for hours together, maximum of 3 hours, maximum of 4 hours. I know it's a very high goal, but it is very much achievable. Because remember, in your final exam, you have 3 hours. Of course, you'll have a break, but those 3 hours, you don't want to get distracted. You don't want things, you don't want yourself to be lost in the process. Because once you get used to this mindfulness, once you get used to this way of living, as I said, forget about exam. Every aspect of your life that you touch is going to enhance by leaps and bounds, including relationships, right? Mark my words. Brushing, no, you don't brush. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Who is this? Roll number 36. Oh, Shivani Joshi. Shivani, you don't brush your teeth? It's really surprising to hear. Okay, and the third aspect which I wanted to highlight in the problem areas is pessimism, which most of the students face. Like in the sense, being optimistic is a blessing. In fact, studies have shown that. I'm going through some psychology books where they say some people are born optimistic because of genetic influences. They are very lucky, they are very fortunate. But what about rest of us? Optimism is a choice, I would say. See, when you're starting your preparation, if you keep saying yourself like, oh, there are so many students, 25,000 plus aspirants taking up NEET MDS, 2 lakh plus 2,28,000 plus aspirants taking up NEET PG. Will I be able to crack entrance? So when you want to start something, why do you want to start on a negative footing? Why do you want to start with a negative tone? Why not change and choose the other side of the coin? Why not? Why not be optimistic? I mean, don't you think that's a choice? But again, we have our own reasons. We keep saying like there is a lot of competition, so many are preparing, the paper is tough, the exams are not conducted on time. Come on. See, if you carefully observe, these are all reasons we are quoting for our own incapabilities. But capability is all about choosing what's right for us, what's more appropriate for us. And once you realize that being optimistic is all about choice, you would definitely choose it. Mostly we keep telling ourselves that we're helpless, we're all lost in the process, but that's not the case. Trust me in this. Optimism is all about one's choice. And once you're optimistic, your mind is so powerful that you'll attract, as per law of attraction, as per common sense. Once you are thinking about certain things, those things will be a reality, right? That's how things work. Once you're thinking in a negative way, negative things will happen. Once you're thinking in a positive way, once you believe in that dynamic, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, right? Shivani, you're smiling? So yeah, I got the point. But at least as a dentist, as a fellow endodontist, I can tell you this. Brush every day. It's good for your teeth. Okay, the fourth problem area that we have is, like, which I wanted to highlight, is fear of failure. Again, when it comes to fear of failure, we start with this question when I counsel students. When students says like, sir, I have fear of failure, one of the counter questions that I pose to them is, why do you have that fear of failure? See, if you carefully observe, if you deeply probe, the reason why we have this fear of failure is because we are using our imagination in a negative way. We are imagining that we will fail in the exam. We are imagining that we'll fail in the task at hand. We are imagining that we don't have that capability to crack entrance. And we are imagining that things are going to be tough. So it's all a work of your imagination. And once you realize this, and once you truly realize this, the dynamic is going to change 100%. See, the point is this: you can use the same imagination, you can use the same visualization in a completely positive way. You can just keep telling yourself that you can do it, that you are best at what you do and you're trying to improve. And one of the things that we usually suggest students offline or online is just close your eyes and then keep telling yourself and just imagine the end scenario in a positive way. So fear of failure is coming, as I said, because you are imagining the end scenario in a negative way, as if you have failed the exam. But why not flip the side? Why not choose the other side of the coin? Just close your eyes and imagine that you cracked the entrance, you got top mark, top rank, you got into your favorite specialty in a college of your choosing. Just imagine, close your eyes and imagine with complete belief. I mean, 100%, without any doubt. Just imagine it 100%. And the moment you start imagining and visualizing these things, in fact, if you're doing it right, you'll experience goosebumps. You'll definitely experience goosebumps. And that's the power of visualization. That's the power of imagination. Positive visualization technique, we usually say. It means it's based on sound scientific principle that once you start imagining or visualizing, your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. That's the power of your brain. That's the power of your mind. So you can imagine things, you can manifest things and make things happen. Again, it's all about choice, which comes with practice, practice, and practice, right? So these are some of the areas which I wanted to highlight. And before I conclude and take up your questions, let me just put certain universal principles which I have been learning in my life, and I'm sure they're going to be helpful to you as well. So the fifth topic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth topic, universal principles. Yeah, I'll be sharing one by one. You can just have a look. The first one is process orientation. The second one is consistency as an antidote for failure. The third one is positive visualization technique, which I just mentioned a few moments ago. The fourth one is, this is my favorite, it works for me all the time: intent, action, universe, dynamic. Now observe these four things carefully. The first one, process orientation. Mostly we are result oriented. Our nation or our culture, I don't know, I feel sorry for ourselves when it comes to this. We're so much, even Olympics, as I'm watching Olympics every day, like if there is result orientation, if you're focused only on getting the medal, then it only leads to a lot of pressure and stress, and your performance will be affected. That's common sense again. But as MS Dhoni says, in fact, that's one of my favorite quotes: if you are process oriented. See, right now, as I'm doing this live session, I'm least bothered about the output of this session. Whether it comes good or not, it doesn't matter. But let me just focus on what best I can do right now. So that's common sense again. So the focus here is on the process. So the point is, once we are process oriented, common sense is that successful results will come as a natural consequence. This is a very profound statement. So once you focus on the process, you need not worry about results, because once you give your best at what you're doing, 100%, successful results will come as a natural consequence, without any doubt, 100%. Okay, so that's the first thing which I wanted to highlight. And the second thing is consistency as a key, as an antidote for failure. Mostly we fail because we're not consistent in what we're doing. It can be anything, personal or professional, relationships, it can be professional fulfillments, it can be cracking entrances. Just because we feel good today, we prepare well, and tomorrow we don't feel good, we give it up at once. No, it doesn't work out that way. A person who is consistent right from the beginning till the end of the process will be most successful, again based on common sense. So, as I said in preparation mantra at the beginning of this video, one of the factors that we keep highlighting in preparation mantra is consistency. Along with hard work, it's consistency and self-belief that will make huge difference in the outcomes as a consequence. And the third one which I wanted to highlight is positive visualization technique. I just mentioned that now. Just close your eyes, visualize the end result in a positive way. It actually makes a hell lot of difference, and you keep doing it as many times as possible in a day. You'll manifest it eventually, but even before that you'll feel good now, and you will drive away all the pessimistic feelings, all the negative feelings, and it comes with practice, and it comes with a lot of practice, trust me with this. And finally, intent, action, and universe dynamic. It might seem strange what this is all about, but in my life, that's how I'm what I am now, largely because of this. The point is, whether you want to crack entrance, whether I want to conduct a live session, whether I want to start a YouTube channel, reach out to students, this is what I believe in. If our intent is pure, and if our actions are aligned with our intent, the entire universe will conspire in our favor. If my intent is not good, I will fail. If my intent is good, but my actions are not aligned, I'll fail. But on the other hand, if my intent is pure, and if my actions are aligned with my intent, the entire universe will conspire in our favor. Paulo Coelho, in one of his books, talks about universe conspiring in our favor. And this is what I have learned in my life. If our intent is pure, and if our actions are aligned with our intent, the entire universe will conspire in our favor 100%. So with this, let me conclude my version of the discussion, and let me just take up your questions. I think we have a couple of questions now, so let's take up those questions. Okay, yeah. So first and foremost, yeah, you guys are sending me hearts. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, hi SS, a very good evening. Hi Preeti, very good evening. Sujay, Aparijita, good evening once again. Preeti, is dentist book good for initial or for basic preparation? Preeti, one of the things that we usually suggest is you can follow any MCQ book as per your choice. But the thing is, the answers or the explanations provided over there, we cannot talk for that. We cannot speak for those answers because we haven't verified them. So since we have an academy, since we provide a test series, our answers are verified and we can authenticate them, we can talk for them. But when it comes to other MCQ books, what we usually suggest students is, yes, follow any MCQ book, because ultimately what an aspirant needs is to get exposed to as many MCQs as possible. So practice any MCQ book, but keep in mind that the answers given over there, the explanations given over there, don't go by them blindly. It's always better if you cross check and then go through standard textbook references, just for sake of authenticity, right? You'll learn with time, you'll learn with experience. So my answer to that question is yes, you can follow any MCQ book as per your choice, but just keep in mind that there is no replacement for standard textbook references or standard PubMed indexed article references. So any MCQ book that you follow, any test series that you follow, including that of PTBD Academies, just keep in mind that these are meant for practice, and practice. So you look at these resources not as Bible, not as Quran, not as Bhagavad Gita, but look at these resources that we're offering as an add-on means to enhance your preparation. But when it comes to Bible, when it comes to Quran, Bhagavad Gita, or any holy book, it's your standard textbook references. So having an academy, I'm telling you this, I can vouch for that, because there is no replacement for standard textbook references. That's the harsh reality for all those who are having academies. And that's a beautiful reality for all those who are preparing for entrances. Yeah. Now let me look into the next question. Stuti, what all do you offer in PTBD test series videos? Yes, Stuti, like for the past 8 years, we have been doing this. Like we provide videos on our e-classes platform where you can access videos from all the subjects. And along with that, we also offer test series, MCQs, more than 10 to 12,000 MCQs in a test series, various subjects, in different formats. So you can access tests, MCQs from a test series, and along with that, we also provide materials in the form of soft copies, topic-wise MCQ materials, key point materials, etc. in our e-classes platform. So basically, we focus on two platforms: e-classes for videos and materials like study materials, and test series for MCQs practice. And along with that, whenever a student has a doubt, we encourage them, we clarify all doubts through doubt clarification form via mail. So whenever a student has a subject doubt or any general doubt, you can get back to us through mail, as I already commented the mail ID. It's proudtobedentist@gmail.com, and you can expect a reply within 24 to 48 hours. Shivani, roll number 36. Shivani, it's a very interesting name for a YouTube channel or for a YouTube profile. Roll number 36, Shivani Joshi. So, Shivani, you haven't revealed whether you brush or not. You just smiled. Okay. Self-study is boring. So Shivani has a question. Self-study is boring. I'm a habitual of group study. Please, so please suggest some idea to make it interesting. No, if you remember, Shivani, I mentioned about one topic, that is bringing diversity into your preparation. Like for example, today when you wake up, watching some videos related to, like in our academy, we provide videos, watching videos related to some subjects, based on the schedule, and then practicing MCQs, and then revising those MCQs passively, referring standard textbooks, and then discussing subject with your friends or with your mentor. So 4 or 5 different means, or preparing notes, sixth point. So there are multiple ways in which you can actually bring that diversity into your preparation and make it more entertaining. And diversity is something which we undermine, but it's going to make things very interesting, number one. And second, if you're really boring, as I said, study space is very important. The physical environment is very important. Each person has a liking towards certain spaces. For me personally, I love libraries. Whenever I go to a library, I feel like studying. So that's what I used to do during my prep. During my PG preparation, I used to utilize my college library. So when you're, like for example, when you're on bed, you feel like sleeping. When you're on dining table, you feel like having something. When you're in the living room, you feel like watching TV or relaxing, right? So the physical environments, we've designed it for sake of our convenience. So when it comes to study, if you have a study room or if you have a dedicated space, that will give you some intensity. And in the process, you can overcome passivation or monotony, right? So these are certain things which we highlight, Shivani. And if you have any ideas, you can also let us know. I mean, this is how I used to make my preparation interesting. SS, sir, free test series hai kya? SS, no, we don't offer free test series. It's a paid course, but we have reduced the fee structure of our courses. So you can check out, you can drop a mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com and check out the fee structure of our courses and make a decision accordingly. Preeti Verma, only materials can I get? Preeti, yes, of course you can access materials. So the thing is, these materials are provided along with our e-classes and test series. We don't have a separate entity called materials, because for example, we used to conduct debate sessions on certain topics like amalgam versus composite. So related to that video discussion, we used to post some materials. So likewise, some materials are interlinked, some materials are exclusive in nature. So all of these materials, in fact, whatever I mentioned, it can be classes, test series or materials, they're all segregated during preparation time, but they're provided in a unified format to all the students, to those who are preparing for the entrances. So you can check out the details by dropping a mail. right? And you can make a decision accordingly. Gogol, Ankita, yes, test series. No, we are not offering any free test series. Yeah, our test series, our courses are paid. They're paid courses. You're welcome, Shivani. Stuti, sir, is it possible to join PTBD once the third round of counseling is done? Yes, Stuti, you can join anytime. One of the advantages of our courses is no matter when you join, you'll have access to all materials right from the beginning and you'll not be missing anything. So, which means you can join anytime as per your convenience. Okay? Yeah. You can just drop a mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com. You'll get all the details. So, and this is one of the latest books that I have been going through. I am at the end of my read, so almost everything is done. Last few pages are left. I don't think you can see the name, right? I think it is in reverse. Oh, it is clear. But the mirror image is only in my mobile. Okay, it's clear for you. So this is lifespan. So it has nothing to do with your entrance preparation, but it has something to do with your life preparation. So if any one of you is looking towards how to enhance your health, how to enhance the health of your elders at home, how to extend your lifespan, not just extend your lifespan but also extend your healthy lifespan, this is one of the great books that we have. So David Sinclair, Australian based scientist, he talks about many means through which pharmacological, non-pharmacological means through which we can enhance the quality and quantity of our lifespans. So you can just go through it whenever you get time. In fact, I encourage all of you to read as many books as possible. And we have posted book recommendations on our YouTube channel. You can just go through the previous 4 or 5 videos. You'll find one of the videos titled Book Suggestions, where I have provided the list of books that I would recommend to all students, irrespective of their preparation status. General books regarding life preparation, not entrance preparation. Yes, Preeti, you're welcome. You're welcome, Stuti. So, any more questions or shall we conclude the session? Oh, getting some hearts. How to, okay, Preeti has a question. How to improve memory power so that I can remember all questions and explanations, please suggest. Preeti, this is one of the best and frequently asked questions that we get. How to improve memory. The first and foremost thing, there are many things that I can suggest. The first and foremost thing that I would suggest you is focus on your sleep hygiene. One of my psychiatrist friends was suggesting the same. Usually we don't have a proper sleep hygiene. When I say sleep hygiene, it means going to sleep on time, and then before you sleep, 1 hour before, dimming off your lights, keeping your smartphone away. There are so many brilliant things, freshening up, having light dinner, and then preparing yourself for sleep. The reason why I'm highlighting sleep is once you have very good sleep, once you have deep sleep, once you feel energetic after waking up, this is something which we usually neglect. But a deep sleep, a good sleep, will obviously enhance your memory. Studies have proved that. So focus on your sleep. And the second thing is the diet. Rather than taking nonsensical food like fried foods and stuff, switch to healthy diet. Switch to dry fruit, switch to normal seasonal fruit, switch to bland food, switch to more vegetables. That will eventually have an impact. You'll understand that with life and experience. And third thing which you can do on day-to-day basis is utilize early morning hours towards your preparation rather than late night hours. Usually we're all becoming night owls because of various temptations. But the thing is, once you wake up early, if you carefully observe, you sleep by 8:30 or 9 or 9:30 or 10 at least, wake up at 5 o'clock. 4 a.m. is the best time. At least 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. is a time as per research and as per self-observation and common sense shows that our concentration potential is at its peak. As a consequence, the memory is also very good because once your concentration is good, the ability to retain in your memory will also enhance, if not directly proportional. There is some proportionality in that, right? So with more focus, more memory as a consequence. So early morning hours you can utilize towards preparation. That is one thing which I can do. The third thing, along with sleep and food. And one more thing that I can add along with this is how to improve memory. Stop worrying. That's the reason why we're having this entire discussion. If you see the problem areas, we highlighted about fear of failure and stuff. Just imagine, Preeti, like suppose I'm taking a Viva, right? Let's suppose in my college also where I work. So let's suppose I'm taking a Viva and you're sitting right in front of me. If you're worried, if you're afraid, do you think you'll be able to answer well? Or let's suppose you're confident and you prepared well and you're optimistic. So do you think you're going to perform well? So under which circumstances do you think you'll perform well? So the point is this: with fear, our mind gets blocked and we'll be lost in the process. my my watch is not late, Jayashri, and thank you so much, by the way. My watch is not working. That's not working. Okay. It's not mirror image. The watch is not working. Yeah, it stopped. And I am least bothered to change it. There is some issue with it. Okay, fine. So, yes. So, Preeti, coming to the point again. Yeah. Try to be brave, try to be optimistic, and uh, being brave and being strong and being optimistic is another way of improving your memory. And let me tell you one thing. In fact, I've done a video on this like a couple of years ago. We all have adequate memory. Even if we accept millions and millions of bits of information, we have huge memory capacity. It's not the memory that we have issue with. The real issue is with our recall ability. Memory is there. Whatever we come across in life, everything is stored right here, consciously, subconsciously. But the real challenge that we face is our ability to recall. So in order to improve our recall, we can do all these things: taking care of sleep, taking care of diet, using early morning hours, and being more optimistic. It's all with this practice. You'll eventually improve your memory. Don't worry about it. Okay, next. Jayashri, by the way, thank you, Jayashri. So I'll try my level best to change, or at least do something about that clock before our next live session. So guys, you let me know, like, when do you want the next live session? You can let me know so that we can plan accordingly. I'll also look into my schedule, and then we can fix another day for another live session. We'll also have subject discussion. We'll also have topic wise discussion, textbook discussions. There are so many amazing things that we can do. If you get time, check out my YouTube channel, the other videos. We have hundreds and hundreds of videos, live sessions. So we can, initiate those live sessions, those discussions, and then continue on a consistent basis. By the way, thank you, Jayashri, for the update. I'll look into that. Shivani, your sleep. My sleep hygiene is sleeping. You're sleepy. You're feeling sleepy now. That's a very good sign. Then you must sleep. Preeti, how many hours is good for consistent study? See, Preeti, it depends on your instance. For example, if you are in internship, usually for interns we say like allot at least 4 to 5 hours on a consistent basis, because to balance internship and preparation is itself a Herculean task. But at least if you can allot 4 to 5 hours, at least 3 to 4 hours on a consistent basis, and slightly improve or increase the number during weekends, that would be great. But if you're in full-time preparation, I would say, like, what is the maximum? Let me ask you this question: like, what is the maximum amount of time that you can allot towards preparation on a given day, keeping all your responsibilities in mind? Because everyone has their own set of responsibilities, right? But if you're like, you don't have any responsibilities, you're into complete preparation, then I would say start with at least 4 to 5 hours minimum, and then increase it to maybe 6 hours, maybe 7 hours, maybe 8 hours. It's a demanding task. It's not easy to be consistent in doing 7 hours or 8 hours of preparation. My personal best during my preparation time is maybe 9 to 11 hours. But eventually, right, I could take it to 12 hours or 13 hours before the exam, maybe. But on an average, you need not worry about this number. See, it depends on person to person, but the answer to this question lies in this question, the counter question, that is, how many hours do you think you can allot towards preparation given the responsibilities you have? Is it 1 hour? That's fine. Is it 5 hours? Fine. Is it 10 hours? That's fine. Even if you allot 1 hour for preparation on consistent basis, just make sure that you are keeping the quality in mind, that you're being mindful in the process. That's what ultimately makes a huge difference. Quality, and of course quantity also, quantity and quality, but give importance to quality first, and as exam is approaching you can enhance or increase your quantity as well. So eventually it's quantity coupled with quality, but when you're starting initially, give more priority to quality. Even if you study for 1 hour, make sure that it is qualitative in nature, right? Shivani, oh, you had a monsoon pakoda receipt. You're so lucky, Shivani. Please do remember to brush your teeth tomorrow. Yeah, Jayashri. Yeah, I really appreciate your observation. Apurva, can we do prep for NEET through self-study without coaching? Apurva, if you get time, check out my first video on YouTube. You can just scroll down. My first video on YouTube, I've answered this question. See, the thing is, coaching is not mandatory. See, I'm a guy who has coaching. It's a huge coaching, PTB Academy Private Limited. I've been doing this for the past 8 years. I've given my entire life to it, but still I keep saying this. Coaching is no guarantee. Ultimately, what makes all the difference is your ability to perform consistently, to work consistently, and to believe in yourself. Then why do we need coaching? See, why do we need guidance? Why do we need mentorship? See, in my opinion, I see our academy, or I see my mentorship as a means to guide students. Materials, so they're available. So I'm not going to say we're going to provide you materials which will guarantee you rank. If I say that, I'm lying to you. Materials we can provide, that's no big deal. Anyone can provide materials, that's no big deal. But what really matters and what really makes huge difference in anyone's preparation is the mentorship or the guidance. Right guidance at right moment is something which we're lacking, because everyone, every donkey, every idiot is after money, especially the coaching guys. It's all about money, money and money. Arey yaar, money will come. That's a secondary thing, but if you focus on the process, if you give your best, money will automatically come. But we lose that common sense when it comes to money. We just focus on money. But my answer to your question is, of course, yes, you can crack entrance with self-study, but what really matters here is the right guidance or mentorship, which we're really proud of, because we do it selflessly. Even for students who are not enrolled to our academy, it doesn't matter whether you enroll or not. It frankly doesn't matter, because the very fact that I started, in fact, as I said, today we crossed 98,000 mark. The very fact that I started this YouTube channel is because of my passion towards teaching, so that I could reach out to students beyond all these barriers and boundaries. And today we have students from different countries as well, and I'm really proud of that. That's what matters more to me. Rest of the things doesn't matter. So if you're looking for mentorship or guidance, PTB Academy is the right platform. I can proudly say that. When it comes to cracking entrance, of course, yes, Apurva, you can crack entrance through self-study, right? Yeah. You're welcome, Preeti. Yeah. How do you do this? Yeah, like this. In fact, my Northeast students have taught me this. Yes, Shivani. Apurva. Thank you, sir. Would really like to have a good guide like you, sir. Thank you. You're most welcome, Apurva. We have our YouTube channel. We will be doing a lot many live sessions. You can keep a tab on our channel, and also I'll be sharing our Telegram updates group link. We'll be posting all the updates over there. It's a free group. You guys can join. I'll just share the link right now. Just give me a moment. Copy to clipboard. Okay. I don't think that's a Telegram link. So download Telegram app, guys. You can download Telegram app and search for PTBD Academy. Share link. How do I share this link? Copy link. Okay, I think I got the link. Yes, I got the link. So you need to download the Telegram app for this. Okay, it's for free. I'm sure most of you know a Telegram app. So download Telegram app and then click on this link. You will be able to access our updates group. So next time, whenever we have any live session, whenever we have any video or any update regarding our courses, you can get updated. Okay, it's an updates group overall, after all. So guys, I think it's been around 1 hour now. So hi Pranay, a very good evening. Namaste. So channel activity. Yes. Apurva, thank you for your love, and I'm pinning your comment. That's one of the best comments I got in this live. So Apurva says, thank you, sir. Would really like to have a good guide like you, sir. Thank you. Okay, so guys, do you have any other questions, or shall we conclude the session? Okay, so before I conclude, this is what I wanted to highlight. And today we have crossed 98,000 subscribers mark, and we started with 0, we started with 1, and it took almost 13 years to reach this mark. As they say, opinions are stupid, numbers are sacred. Many people criticize me for doing this, but eventually numbers are talking for themselves. And this is all possible because of the love and affection, the support that we get from the student community. So all thanks to you. So this is something which I love to use. So this is for all of you. And I hope the topics which we discussed are helpful for you. And of course, yes, if you wish to have more of these topics in future, do let me know. And you can always reach out to me via mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com 24/7. Okay. You're welcome, Shivani, Jayashri. Yeah, you're most welcome. It's really my pleasure. It's inspiring to interact with you as well. Thank you. And Sujay, you're most welcome, Sujay. I'm glad to see you all online, live. Yeah. So we'll update you before we plan our next session. Mostly we'll plan one subject related, topic related discussion. Textbook discussions are my favorite. So we'll take up one textbook discussion in the upcoming live sessions. I'll let you know the time and date as soon as possible via our Telegram updates group. Okay? Right. So it was an amazing session. It was lovely interacting with all of you. It's been almost 10 months. And this is the first live session of 2024. So thank you so much for all your love and affection. And see you in the next live. Good night. By the way, I'm looking forward to Tom Cruise for his stunt in Olympics closing ceremony.